Hello everyone. So I'm Sikandar Sheikh, certified in CCNA Routing, Switching and Service Provider. So probably in this video, I'm going to walk through with some overview on the CCNA syllabus, which is updated from CCNA 200-120 to 200-125. So probably I'm going to walk through with some of the contents and the details and overview of the Cisco certifications and the contents as per the Cisco site, as well as the updated workbooks which I'll be sharing, and also the video access which will be providing online on udemy.com. So first thing, let's get started with an overview of the CCNA 200-120 exam. Like, you may already have an idea about the CCNA, which is still a current version, I can say, and the last date for testing this examination is going to be 200-120. And this version almost 3 years before, when Cisco changed from 640 802 to 200-120. So when I released my videos first time, so this version is going to expire on to 2016 August 20. So I'm not going to get into details of all the examination, certification, and all those things, as I will be covering those things in a separate video. But in this video, my main discussion will be only on the slight changes in the versions from 200-120 to 200-125, and then in the details about the workbook and the video access which will be providing for the updated syllabus. Now for the current CCNA syllabus, which will be updated in the next month, probably 200-125, the CCNA syllabus. The overall, it's the same thing, just the name has been changed. And if you click on this review exam topics, probably you'll find much more details on the contents here. So it takes you to the learning website. So either you can download the complete content in a PDF format. So if you get into show details, probably you'll find much more detailed options here. So overall, you have around 6 to 7 sections here. The network fundamentals majorly deals with the basic networking topics, like talking about your OSI and the TCP/IP models, and it's going to be the same thing what we have covered in the previous syllabus. So additionally, you will be learning something about an overview of the wireless LAN controllers devices, WLC we call it as, which are typically used to control multiple access points from a centralized location. Some overview on that, and the remaining all the topics you will be covering the basics the same way, like IPv4 addressing and subnetting in that, and also you will be discussing about IPv6 addressing and the classification and different options inside the IPv6 addressing. So probably in my videos I have covered this IPv6 separately in a separate section, and also IPv4 addressing and subnetting is separated in a separate sections. It's the same as what you have done in the previous syllabus. So just an additional topics you will see here. So when you move on to the LAN switching technologies here, again here most of the topics are still the same thing, like understanding the layer 2 switching process, how it happens, understanding the concept of VLANs, but additionally you also need to understand something about voice VLAN, which is more into a VoIP network. So probably you will be covering some introduction to this one as well, and some DTP VTP version 2 native VLANs concept, RSTP, which was still a part of the previous syllabus. So additionally you will see some enhancements like portfast and BPDU guard, which are some of the enhancements used to speed up the convergence process and to protect your switch from the spanning tree. That's what spanning tree failures, BPDU guard features. So additionally you will see something about Ether channel. Ether channel is more about aggregating the multiple links between the switches. And if you're already familiar with your CCNP routing switching, you don't need to worry much about this, because most of these topics, if you have already gone through with my CCNP videos, you will see most of these topics covered in detail with labs. So just topics which are a little bit advanced has been added in the CCNP to CCNA, and some of the older topics has been removed. Like I'll discuss the topics which has been removed, especially in the WAN technologies. If you move to the section 3, again the routing topics still the same. IPv4 routing, what you discussed, like static routing, default routing, and in terms of dynamic routing, RIP version 2, which is back. It was not there in the previous versions, but I still covered that in my previous version videos because I felt that it's a little bit important protocol to know as a basic understanding of the dynamic routing. So also covers about OSPF and EHRP protocols. The same thing here, default routing, static routing, and verifying them. Not only in IP version 4, you need to know about IP version 6 routing options also. So the routing point of view, I still can say that it's the same what you have done in the previous. But again, you will see something called inter-VLAN routing with SVI using a multi-layer switch. That is one additional topic has been added in the inter-VLAN routing by using a multi-layer switch. Instead of using a router on stick, you can also use SVI. So this part I have covered in the switching itself. So probably if you see the sections, the way the Cisco divided the sections is completely different from what I have divided, because I specifically go in a different format. But overall, it's going to cover all the topics which are going to be tested in your CCNA exams. Now WAN technologies, there is a major change. If you know about CCNA 200-120, there was a topic called VSAT, frame relay, internet connections using DSL as well as cable modems. So you no more see these topics here. I can say internet, DSL, these are a little bit basic topics which everyone knows normally. Frame relay is no more used in today's networks. So this has been removed. So I was expecting that should not be there in the previous syllabus as well. But now it's been completely removed. But additionally, you will be covering some additional VPN technologies, like you will talk about GRE implementations in the CCNA. That's what you can see here. Somewhere you will see it talks about GRE implementations. Like here you can see implementing, configuring, verifying, troubleshooting GRE. And apart from that, you will see some DM VPN and IPsec VPNs overview. So which means theoretically you will be learning DM VPN technology, which is one of the commonly used technology which provides WAN connections over internet, that is VPN over internet, I can say. So if you're already gone through with my previous versions, I have given some basic overview on the VPNs in my previous version videos. But in this new version, I have updated videos with these things. Again, these are the topics which I usually covered in my CCI routing switching videos. It's like a copy paste from the CCI videos, but not in depth. But in CCI routing switching, you will be seeing these topics much more in depth with practical implementations. But as per the CCNA exams, you just need to have an idea, a theoretical idea about these technologies. Apart from that, you also have an overview of PPPoE, point-to-point over Ethernet. Like most of the broadband connections nowadays, they use this PPPoE. You will be seeing some overview on this as well. You can see broadband PPPoE. You just see describe terms refers, just you need to have a theoretical idea. So when you say configure, verify, troubleshoot, means you need to have an understanding with implementations as well. Apart from that, you will see this section is completely a new one. This one, it's a quality of service. So most of the people may have heard about quality of service. Probably it's a topic which is normally covered in the advanced classes, either in the CCI routing switching, or if you're going to any voice implementations, you will see those topics. But again, in CCNA, we will be discussing about quality of service introduction. Again, it says describe, means theoretically you will be talking about some QoS mechanisms which are used for giving priority for your voice or video traffic. Again, I'm not getting in details of this, just an overview. But if you go back to my videos, we do have those topics covered here. So probably I have already done with updating these videos on the udemy.com, and it's a free course you can access online. So already I have more than 50-60,000 students accessing this course here, and the contents has been updated in different sections. Okay, so let me show you these options here. Most likely I think it's there in the IP services module. You can see here there are some topics here. You can see QS introduction and QS mechanisms, overview on those particular topics. And then finally inside this services, you will see about DNS lookup, how it happens, and configuring and verifying a DHCP server. So if you already know DHCP, how it works in the Microsoft or the Linux operating systems, here we are going to see how we can make a router as a DHCP server and verifications. Also about basic HSRP implementations. In the previous versions, HSRP was just covered theoretically, but here you will see some basic implementations by changing these values, and also you'll see the NAT implementations almost same. And then verifying NTP, network time protocol, for synchronizing the time. So these are the additional topics you will see here. And inside this infrastructure security, you will see some new topics like DHCP snooping feature, preventing an unauthorized DHCP server entering into the network. Apart from that, ACLs, port security, these are all options are still the same thing. Again securing the login attempts by using AAA. This again you will see overview on this for login authentications, how we can use an external servers. Again, those things are added in the videos. And then finally some infrastructure management, where an overview about SNMP protocol, logging, licensing, and some other options here. Span feature also is added here. Probably these are the topics like you will see in the new CCNA routing switching syllabus. And then finally, all these videos, probably you will be provided access to these videos on udemy.com. Probably if you already gone through with my videos, you'll see I have already updated the content for all these topics on udemy.com. So you can see they are divided into different sections in the spanning tree, but you will see these topics added in between depending upon the relevant sections, and you can access this course online on udemy.com. And also you will be finding some workbook here, probably on our website. Probably can find in the workbook section. You can see the links. So I think still the links are not updated on the in the website still, but you will be you'll see this as 200 125 in the future, in the next couple of days. So where you can download the workbook, and I remember that it's around 617 pages. Previously it was 500 some change pages over there. So based on adding the topics, and in this workbook you will find all the slides, whatever I have used in the classes, along with the labs documented in that. So most of these labs, again, you can packet tracer option you can use, and there are some specific labs I'll be using GNS3 for implementing and verifications. So if you already anyway, in how to use packet tracer, that anyway I have covered that. If you want some reference to GNS3, you can either refer my CCNP route videos or get into our YouTube channel. Probably you can find all those informations over there. And most likely again you will see all these topics again updated in our YouTube channel with a separate playlist. So either you can access the videos on udemy.com or on the YouTube channel again.